Ghost in the Shell is a Japanese media franchise originally published as a seinen manga series of the same name written and illustrated by Masamune Shirow. The manga, first serialized in 1989 under the subtitle of The Ghost in the Shell, and later published as its own tankōbon volumes by Kodansha, told the story of the fictional counter-cyberterrorist organization Public Security Section 9, led by protagonist Major Motoko Kusanagi. In the mid-21st century of Japan, animation studio Production IG has produced several different anime adaptations of Ghost in the Shell, starting with the 1995 film of the same name, telling the story of Section 9's investigation of the Puppet Master. The television series Ghost in the Shell standalone complex followed in 2002, telling an alternate story from the manga and first film, featuring Section 9's investigations of government corruption in The Laughing Man and Individual 11 incidents. The year 2013 saw the start of the Ghost in the Shell, a Rise original video animation series, consisting of 4 episodes through mid-2014. The series will be recompiled in early 2015 as a television series titled Kōkaku Kidōtai, a Rise alternative architecture, airing with an additional 2 episodes. An animated feature film produced by most of the Arise staff, titled Ghost in the Shell. The new movie was released on June 20, 2015. Title: Shirow has stated that he had always wanted the title of his manga to be Ghost in the Shell, even in Japan, but his original publishers preferred Kōkaku Kidōtai. He had chosen Ghost in the Shell in homage to Arthur Koestler's The Ghost in the Machine, from which he also drew inspiration. Setting: primarily set in the mid-21st century in the fictional Japanese city of Nihama Prefecture, otherwise known as Newport City. The manga and the many anime adaptations follow the members of Public Security Section 9, a special operations task force made up of former military officers and police detectives. Political intrigue and counter-terrorism operations are standard fare for Section 9, but the various actions of corrupt officials, companies, and cyber-criminals in each scenario are unique and require the diverse skills of Section 9's staff to prevent a series of incidents from escalating. In this post-cyberpunk iteration of a possible future, computer technology has advanced to the point that many members of the public possess cyberbrains, technology that allows them to interface their biological brain with various networks. The level of cyberization varies from simple minimal interfaces to almost complete replacement of the brain with cybernetic parts. In cases of severe trauma, this can also be combined with various levels of prostheses, with a fully prosthetic body enabling a person to become a cyborg. The main character of Ghost in the Shell, Major Motoko Kusanagi, is such a cyborg, having had a terrible accident befall her as a child that ultimately required that she use a full-body prosthesis to house her cyberbrain. This high level of cyberization, however, opens the brain up to attacks from highly skilled hackers, with the most dangerous being those who will hack a person to bend their whims. Media. Literature. Original manga. The original Ghost in the Shell manga ran in Japan from April 1989 to November 1990 in Kodansha's manga anthology Young magazine, and was released in a tankōbon volume on October 5, 1991. Ghost in the Shell 2. Man-machine interface followed 1997 for 9 issues in Young magazine, and was collected in the Ghost in the Shell solid box on December 1, 2000. 4 stories from Man-machine interface that were not released in tankōbon format from previous releases were later collected in Ghost in the Shell 1.5 Human Error Processor, and was published by Kodansha on July 23, 2003. Several art books have also been published for the manga. Ghost in the Shell was released in 1995 and follows the Puppet Master storyline from the manga. It was re-released in 2008 as Ghost in the Shell 2.0 with new audio and updated 3D computer graphics in certain scenes. Innocence, otherwise known as Ghost in the Shell 2. Innocence was released in 2004, with its story based on a chapter from the first manga. On September 5, 2014, it was revealed by Production IG that a new Ghost in the Shell animated film, Ghost in the Shell, the new movie in Japanese, would be released in 2015, promising to show the further evolution of the series. On January 8, 2015, a short teaser trailer was revealed for the project, unveiling a redesigned Major more closely resembling her appearance from the older films. The trailer listed Kazuya Nomura as the director, Kazuchi Kukis as the general director and character designer, Toru Okubo as the animation director, Toa Bukata as the screenplay writer, and Cornelius as the composer. The film premiered on June 20, 2015, in Japanese theaters, and follows the Arise continuity of the franchise. Live-action films. In 2008, DreamWorks and Steven Spielberg acquired the rights to produce a live-action film adaptation of the original manga. Avi Arad and Stephen Paul were later confirmed as producers, with Jamie Moss to write the screenplay. In October 2009, it was announced that Layeta Kalogridis had replaced Moss as writer. On January 24, 2014, it was reported that Rupert Sanders will direct the film, with a screenplay by William Wheeler. On September 3, 2014, Margot Robbie was in early talks for the lead role, but by October 16, 2014, the lead role was instead offered to Scarlett Johansson. On January 5, 2015, Variety confirmed that Johansson would star in the film. Paramount Pictures will co-produce and co-finance the film and handle overseas distribution. The film is scheduled to start production in early 2016 for a March 31, 2017 release date by Touchstone Pictures. But in September 2015, it was reported that DreamWorks and Disney would not renew their distribution deal, set to expire in August 2016, with the BFG being the last film to be released under the original agreement. Due to this, Universal Studios will handle the domestic distribution for the film. On October 23, 2015, Jonathan Herman was hired to write the script. On November 10, 2015, Variety reports that Pilau Aspak was cast as Bachu. On November 19, 2015, Deadline reports that Sam Riley is in talks for the role of the film's villain, the Laughing Man. Television standalone complex TV series and film. In 2002, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex premiered on Animax, presenting a new telling of Ghost in the Shell independent from the original manga, focusing on Section 9's investigation of the Laughing Man hacker. It was followed in 2004 by a second season titled Ghost in the Shell SAC Second Gig, which focused on the individual 11 terrorist group. The primary storylines of both seasons were compressed into OVAs broadcast as Ghost in the Shell standalone complex The Laughing Man in 2005 and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex Individual 11 in 2006. Also in 2006, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex Solid State Society, featuring Section 9's confrontation with a hacker known as the Puppeteer, was broadcast, serving as a finale to the anime series. The extensive score for the series and its films was composed by Yoko Kanno. In addition to the anime, a series of published books, 2 separate manga adaptations, and several video games for consoles and mobile phones have been released for standalone complex. Arise over and TV series. In 2013, a new iteration of the series titled Ghost in the Shell Arise premiered, tackling an original look at the Ghost in the Shell world, set before the original manga. It was released as a series of 4 original video animation episodes from 2013 to 2014, then recompiled as a 10-episode television series under the title of Kōkaku Kidōtai, Arise, Alternative Architecture. An additional 5th overtitled Pyrophoric Cult, originally premiering in the Alternative Architecture broadcast as 2 original episodes, will be combined and released on August 26, 2015. Kazuchika Kiz served as the chief director of the series, with Toa Bukata as head writer. Cornelius was brought onto the project to compose the score for the series, with the Major's new voice actress Maya Sakamoto also providing vocals for certain tracks. A manga adaptation was serialized in Kodansha's Young magazine, which started on March 13 and ended on August 26, 2013. Video games Ghost in the Shell was developed by Exact and released for the PlayStation on July 17, 1997, in Japan by Sony Computer Entertainment. It is a third-person shooter, featuring an original storyline where the character plays a rookie member of Section 9. The video game's soundtrack Megatech Body features various electronic artists. Several video games were also developed to tie into the standalone Complex television series, in addition to a planned first-person shooter by Nexon and Neopla titled Ghost in the Shell. First Assault, standalone Complex Online, set to be released in 2016.